Agriculture. SESSION 3. Planting geometry competition. Types of competition. Plant geometry. The arrangement of the plants in different rows and columns in an area to utilize the natural resources efficiently is called crop geometry. It is otherwise area occupied by a single plant. X. Rice 20 cm by 15 cm. This is very essential to utilize the resources like light, water, nutrient and space. Different geometries are available for crop production. Competition refers to the struggle among plants for limited resources within a given population. Crop plants are typically cultivated in dense arrangements, which facilitates coexistence during their early growth stages. However, as these plants mature and vie for essential resources, competition intensifies, particularly when the availability of a critical resource diminishes below the collective demand of the plants. Competition for nutrients increases with plant population. Under low fertility conditions, higher populations can lead to nutrient deficiency symptoms due to this competition. Competition for water among plants depends on their ability to efficiently utilize soil water. Competition for light occurs when one plant shades another. While young plants can photosynthesize well in low light, increased mutual shading in later growth stages makes light a limiting factor. In populations of similar genotypes, competition is intraspecific, within species, without weeds, while it becomes interspecific, between species, when different crop species grow together with weeds. Plant population and growth. A high plant density induces specific modifications in plant growth. As competition for light intensifies, plant height tends to increase with rising population density. However, there are instances where a moderate increase in plant population may lead to a decrease in height due to competition for water and nutrients, rather than light. Additionally, leaf orientation changes under population pressure. Leaves become erect, narrow, and arranged at greater vertical intervals in high-density conditions, which is an advantageous growth organization. Plant population and yield. The yield of individual plants declines at high densities primarily due to a reduction in the number of ears or panicles produced. For example, redgram yields approximately 20 pods per plant at a density of 3.33 lakh plants per hectare, 30 by 10 centimeters. Whereas it can produce over 100 pods per plant at a lower density of 50,000 plants per hectare, 80 by 25 centimeters. At excessively high population levels, plants may become barren, thus highlighting the necessity of maintaining an optimal plant population to achieve maximum yield. Optimum plant population. The ideal plant population for crops varies based on environmental conditions and cultivation practices. For example, redgram requires 55,000 plants per hectare in the monsoon but 3.33 lakh plants per hectare in winter due to slower growth in cooler temperatures. For sorghum, the optimum population is 2 lakh plants per hectare under favorable conditions, increasing to 4 lakh plants per hectare if conditions are poor during the pre-anthesis period. Different crop geometries include random plant geometry, results from broadcasting sowing, leading to inconsistent plant spacing, which can cause resource underutilization or overexploitation. Square plant geometry involves equal spacing between plants, commonly used for perennial and tree crops, e.g., coconut trees at 7.5 by 7.5 meters, bananas at 1.8 by 1.8 meters. Advances have allowed this method to be applied to closer spaced crops like rice. Rectangular method of sowing. There are rows and columns. The row spacing are wider than the spacing between plants. The different types exist in rectangular method are: a solid row. Each row will have no proper spacing between the plants. This is followed only for annual crops which have tillering pattern. There is definite row arrangement but no column arrangement. X. Wheat. B. Paired row arrangement. It is also a rectangular arrangement. A crop requires 60 cm by 30 cm spacing, and if paired row is to be adopted, the spacing is altered to 90 cm instead of 60 cm in order to accommodate an intercrop. The base population is kept constant. C. Skip row. A row of planting is skipped and hence there is a reduction in population. This reduction is compensated by planting an intercrop, practiced in rain-fed or dryland agriculture. D. Triangular method of planting. It is recommended for wide-spaced crops like coconut, mango, etc. The number of plants per unit area is more in this system. Thank you. Like, share, subscribe to Jesse Agri channel.